Right, boys, it's day 149, I believe. Tomorrow's day 150, so it's a pretty big milestone. I think I could be completely wrong, but yeah, I touched on a topic yesterday that I really want to just kind of like nail on today. Obviously, it's Sunday. It's been Mother's Day today, but I've just written my newsletter for this week, and it touches on this specific topic which I really just want to elaborate on. So I just want to read you guys a poem, and then I'm gonna kind of like explain everything as I go. Let me just turn this off actually. Okay, so what is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep and cows. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in the grass. No time to see, in broad daylight, streams full of stars, like skies at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they can dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. A poor life this is, if full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. And yeah, so I came across this poem the other day and it really, really, really hit me. And I think it will kind of like resonate with you guys too, because I know a lot of you guys think like I do. Like you want to achieve certain things, you want to achieve a certain lifestyle, you want to do certain things in your life, whatever it is, right? And it's so easy to kind of like sit here and want that life so badly that you just kind of disregard everything up until the point that you've achieved that life that you want. But the point that I'm trying to make is in the process of wanting to accomplish all of these things and amass all of these goals or like things you want to achieve, it's so easy to disregard every moment that you have. And the way I like to put it is that we all wait until our life is perfect, until we truly live. And of course, this isn't a like an analogy or like a frame of mind that I've come across myself because I haven't achieved success. So of course, I'm not going to be able to achieve success, look back at my past, and be like, "Fuck, I didn't do this." But I'm looking from other people's success, what they've said, and how I can incorporate it into my own life, and how like so prevalent I know this is in like my life, your life, everyone's life, and how much of a difference I think this would make if you actually comprehend it fully. So the point of it is, I think so many of us like always want to achieve these things, but in the process, disregard everything that we have now and everything right now that we can be grateful for. Because if you're watching this video, I imagine you, of course, have a Wi-Fi connection, and if you've got a Wi-Fi connection, more than likely you've got a roof over your head. You've got food on the table. You've got all of these different things that we take for granted because they just kind of like are there, and we just kind of like they're just the norm. But there's so many people that don't have those things, and if you were to go and give them those things, they would appreciate it so much, and like it would completely change their life, you know. But we're surrounded around these people within our lives who have the same similar lifestyles to us. They have a roof over their head, they have food, they have whatever. So it's just like the norm, and it's just taken for granted. But what's the difference between a guy living in a shanty town in India or something that doesn't have food, has to share the same bed with a load of people, lives in the same house with like 9 people, shares the same toilet, whatever? What's the difference between them getting to our position, right, where we've got a roof over our head, yeah, and how appreciative they would be if they suddenly got given our lifestyles? What's the difference between that and us going from the position we're in now to having all of these cars, having this lifestyle, going on flights, doing all these things? Like the shift in life, the shift in the things that we enjoy in our lives is exactly the same. Like the lifestyle change is the same. It's the same, like, I don't want to say prevalence, like, it's the same value change. It's such a big change that they're going to be like, holy shit. But then at a certain point, even them are going to get to that point. Yes, cool, we've got food now, I've got Wi-Fi. They're going to, at some point, they're going to get bored of it and want more. At some point, because they're just going to get used to the lifestyle, and that's just the nature of humans, the nature of how we think. Yeah. it's so easy to just kind of like get caught up in what you want to achieve and the lifestyle you want and everything you want in your life, that you just completely disregard everything that you have right at this current moment. Like, it's so fucking easy, because like the reason I talk about this now is I've really comprehended it after I read that poem. But yeah, I don't want you all to feel sorry for me, but it's so like it's kind of clicked in my head, because my dog died 2 weeks ago, that I've had since I was a kid, and I'm never going to be able to spend any time with that dog ever again. And of course, right now I'm sat here like, I would do anything to go and see that dog again, go and walk her one more time, go and do certain things with that dog. But I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. But I feel now that I don't want to say I took it for granted, because it was deteriorating, but I definitely didn't do as much as I could have done. So I'm sitting in that hole of regret, you know? And now I realize that it's gone. I didn't appreciate the moments that I had as much as I kind of wish I did, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, it's so easy to just disregard what you have right now because it's just the norm. Um, and you want all of these things, to which we all sit in a mindset of our life, like we're not going to be able to live properly until our life's perfect, until we've achieved this financial status, until we bought this car, until we have this lifestyle, until we can afford these things, whatever. Then we're going to be happy, because then we've achieved that. But the problem with that is, once you actually achieve those things, you're going to want more and 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 more. And you're always going to be stuck in that cycle of wanting more, that you're never going to actually sit there and be content, ever. And honestly, if you're watching these videos and you've watched like a lot of these videos, you're clearly a person that wants to achieve things in their life, because I mean, we're all kind of in the same mental space. You wouldn't be watching these videos if you went like like you had no goals, you had nothing you wanted to achieve. You wouldn't be watching these videos, right? So I know we all kind of think that relatively similar, but like we all want more. All of us, we there's always things that we want, but in that process, we're never actually content with what we have currently. And the problem with that is, if we're not going to be content with it now, then we're not going to be content with it when we've achieved those goals, and we're never going to be content with it, and we're always going to be stuck in the cycle of life. And when I say content, I don't mean that you just completely stagnate and don't do anything, but more so that you're just not going to be grateful when that moment arises. Like, you're gonna be like, oh, cool, yeah, I've bought this car, I've bought this house, I've done this, I've achieved this, I've paid for this, I've done this, but then you're gonna want more and more, and like, so what I'm trying to say is this: enjoy every moment that you have, because that is all you have, and what comes in the future comes of the moment that you have now, what you do in these moments that you actually have and you actually can do stuff with. But in that process, don't disregard everything that you have going for you at this current moment, because it's so easy to do that. And it's so easy to do that. And just, I think it all just comes down to, well, there's a lot of things that it comes down to, but it's more so just using your time as intentionally as you can, and do one thing at a time. Because if you're like, I need to think of an analogy. If you're on like a walk with your family, I don't know, like a dog walk or whatever, and you've got your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, whoever, on that walk with you, but you're also checking your phone the whole time, and you're checking Instagram. You've got messages coming in from Snapchat. You've got messages coming in from WhatsApp from 20,000 people at a time. You're never truly in that moment. Like, yes, you're in that moment, but then that moment isn't stimulating enough for you. So you go on Instagram to see what message you're missing out on currently, so you can actually get updated and feel less like anxious that you could have a message that you need to respond to. It all kind of like ties together, really. And honestly, I just try and avoid social media, and just like messaging in general as much as I can. Not so much messaging in general. That's not what I'm trying to. That's not what I mean. It's more so I don't have the feeling of missing out from like how I could have a message about this. I could have a message about this. This person could have sent me this. I need to do this. Yeah, I've. It's quite hard to explain this without sounding like a prick because I understand why it would sound that way, but yeah, really and truly, you only have a certain few moments, and it's so easy to disregard what you have right now. I feel like I'm just yapping. I feel like you've got the point, but I'll put it like this. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this quote, but life goes fast, man. Like I was 18. I was 18 not long ago. I felt like I was 18 so recent, like 17 even, so recently, and that was now 4 years ago. I don't know whether that's because of COVID, whether that's whatever reason, but now I'm 21. I'm 21 now. It's crazy. So, um, yeah. To put it like this, if you live to the average age, you live to the average age. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's like a quote from something. But if you live to the average age, which is around like 75, 80, I'm just going to say 75 for easy numbers. You have 75 springs, 75 winters, 75 summers, and 75 autumns or falls if you're from the US. And when you put it like that, it's so like time goes. And if you don't stop and look at what you currently have, it's like that quote from, I don't even know what quote that film's from. I haven't even watched the film, but you know which quote I mean. It's like, if you don't stand to look around once in a while, it's getting a bit cringe now, but like, life goes fast, man. You just gotta fucking enjoy what you have, and when things arise, enjoy them too. But just understand that it's never going to be perfect, and even if you think that once you achieve something, then it's going to be perfect, it never will be, because you're currently in the position now that your life isn't perfect, and you're not content with what you've got right now. So you're the kind of person that when you achieve those things, you're still not going to be content. You're going to want more. And I speak for myself. I don't know if I speak for you, but of course I haven't accomplished these things, so I could be completely wrong. Completely wrong. But this is my current mindset. It's obviously I'm going to be talking about various things if I'm uploading daily videos like this. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, cheers, boys. Thank you for watching the video. It's going to be Monday tomorrow. I've got all of the stuff done for the thing that I'm working on currently. I need to finish one more module and then we're good. And then we're working on some more other stuff. Ryan's just hit 15 million subscribers today on YouTube, so that's fucking crazy. That's cool. That's a cool milestone. Obviously, I've got to fulfill that stuff, everything else. There's a lot of things on my plate that I've got to do, but we keep going day by day. We're still going to be in the UK for the next 25 days or something, and we keep going, boys. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow night. Cheers. I need to go to bed. I'm not trying to wake up late again. All right, cool. Cheers, boys. Appreciate you. Bye.